Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Sandown Park here on Thursday. It is the 25th of May, 2023. Going to look at the stakes races on the program from Sandown, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Let's look at the stakes action, races 2, 3, and 4. Let's get to it right now. It's a special evening post time from local time in the UK for this card. And this is one of my favorite cards of the year. Evening card in the UK. Here stateside, it's still kind of early. It goes off out here in New York. It goes off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But it's better than those 7 o'clock starts that we would have here stateside. But let's get to the action. The second race, the 642. It's the national stakes. It's the listed stakes for Class 1 horses, going for $48,000 purse. Race for 2-year-olds here. Field 10 horses going 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs on the turf course. This is usually always the first 2-year-old race I look at of the year for the English racing, so it's always a fun one. I'm going to take the 7 horse On Points as a top selection. Let's go 7-4 in your forecast exacta. 7-4 forecast exacta, top selection 7 horse On Point. This 2-year-old colt by Blue Point. Godolphin Doan, Charlie Outby trains, William Buick gets to mount. The horses only started once. That came the 7th of May, which was on 1,000 Guineas Day in Newmarket. 5 furlongs in a Class 3 main race, and the horse went by ahead that day. Had only 2 other rivals that day, but she settled well, she quickened up, and she only won by a small margin, but she had to be used a lot that day to show, grittiness and performance. She got the job done. I thought it was a very good race. Refreshing here off of a decent speed figure. I think she could go a long way and run a good race to find the winner's circle again. She has the Blue Point on the sire side, which has a lot of speed. I'll give her a shot here. I think you also want to use the 4 horse Hackman for James Doyle and Hugo Palmer. Was a winner last time out, or 2 weeks ago, Chester. 5 in a Class 2 main race, won by 1 3/4 lengths, was a little bit wide that day, but had the speed to win, quickened up nicely. A very good race after all said and done. And then in Newmarket during the Craven meeting, 5 furlongs, yielding ground, Class 4 novice race. Finished third by 1 3/4 lengths. Off of that run, I thought she won a little bit more, but she got down the race course well. Coming here today, another horse at 12-1. Wouldn't surprise me. I'll use her in the play spot here. But to recount my selection for the 642, the second race from Sandown, it's the National Stakes. Let's take the 7 horse On Point. Give kudos to the 4 horse Hackman. 7-4 forecast exacta. Use them both in the play spot. The third race, the 712. It is the Henry II Stakes, the Group 3 Henry II Stakes. It's a Group 3 event for Class 1 horses, going for $96,000 purse. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 5 horses, staying the distance of ground of 3,200 meters or 2 miles over the flat course. Almost said hurdle course, excuse me. It's not Tingle Creek weekend yet, or it wouldn't be over the hurdle course for Tingle Creek, but they're going 2 miles here. Been up way too long. I'm starting to go on tangents. I'm going to go with the 2 horse Nate the Great as the top selection. Let's go 2-3-1 in your TriCash trifecta. 2-3-1 TriCash trifecta. Top selection 2 horse Nate the Great. 7-year-old Gelmai Nathaniel. Andrew Balding trains. William Buick gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 3rd of May at Ascot, 2 miles in the Group 3 Cigar Stakes, and he finished 5th by 12 lengths that day. Wasn't staying the trip, got beat by better horses. First start back from Saudi, he needed the race. Coming back with a quick turnaround today shouldn't be a problem. Way down the class ladder. I think the horse could find the winner's circle again today. 2 back in Saudi on the 25th of February, mile 7/8 in that Red Sea handicap. The horse finished 5th by 3.5 lengths. He just couldn't stay the trip late, but he got around the race course well. And then in Newmarket last September, 2 miles on a listed stakes, winning by 1 1/4 lengths. He was on the drive and excelling, quickened up nicely. A very good race. He won 3 times in 2022. But a lot of the starts were toward the beginning of the season. Towards the end of the season, his form kind of fell off form there. They ran him in the Lonsdale Cup before that, where he ran horribly, hitting the wall against tough horses. Before that, in the Goodwood Cup, he was on the drive, not excelling there. And then in the Queen Alexandria at Royal Ascot, the horse just beat 1 horse home walking on the line. But those were really 3 tough races. The competition he's facing today is not as tough, and I think he can find the trip to win. I'm going to use him. The 3 horse Roberto Escobars, I think is your second leg list winner for Richard Kingsgoat, was a very nice place last time out of Wolverhampton in March in a Class 2 conditions race over the 2 miles extended there, where he finished 3rd by a neck. He was on the drive. He just missed late, but he ran his heart out there. Being the horse's first start in 13 months. 13 months prior in February 2022 in a 2 mile Class 2 conditions race, the horse finished 2nd by 1 1/4 lengths. And again, closed up from nowhere. Not a bad race at all. If you look at the 2021 form, was running these good races against the staying group in the listed and handicaps. Back to listed company today at 4-1. I'm going to give him a massive shout on the ticket. But to recount my selection for the third, the 712 from Sandown, it's the Group 3 Henry II Stakes. Let's take the 2 horse Nate the Great. Give kudos to the 3 horse Roberto Escobar. 2-3-1 Tricast Trifecta. 2-3 in your multi-race play spot. The featured 4th race, the 742. It's the Group 3 Brigadier Gerald Stakes. It's Group 3 event for Class 1 horses going for a $96,000 purse race for 4-year-olds and upwards. 6 horses are going 2,000 meters or a mile and a quarter on the turf course. I'm going to take your Derby winner, the 4 horse Desert Crown. I'm going to go 4-3-6 in your Tricast Trifecta. 4-3-6 Tricast Trifecta. Top selection of 4 horse Desert Crown. This 4-year-old colt by Nathaniel. Sir Michael Stout trains. Richard King's coat gets some mounts. Hasn't been seen in 11 months. That came up some a mile and a half in the Group 1 Kazoo Derby. The horse went by 2.5 lengths, and in the last 10 years, that might have been one of the most eye-dropping, eye-opening Derby performances I've seen at a wide poster. But Richard Kingscote got this horse to good position. He quickened up a lot, and he kept going. It ran the race of his life. That 5-2 favorite. I applauded him. I didn't have him that day. That was a great run. He's refreshing to a mile and a quarter. It's probably not his preferred trip. He probably wants to go a mile and a half, but refreshing here to a mile and a half, to a mile and a quarter. Should see a good trip. I think he could win. Even if he runs a quarter of that race last time out, he could definitely win. 2 back a year ago over at York, a mile and a quarter in the Group 2 Dante Stakes. He won by 3 1/4 lengths that day, and again put on a show on the front end. He quickened up nicely from a tracking trip, and he kept going. A freakish performance there. And then on debut in the fall of 2021 at Nottingham, 1 mile in the Class 4 main race, he won by 5.5 lengths. He was a little bit wide that day, but he still got the job done. The shortest margin victory was 2 1/4 lengths in the Derby. Coming here today, he might make things interesting late, but I think he can win at 3-5. I'll use him. The 3 horse Claymore could possibly upset, but he's gonna have to run the fastest speed figure of his life. Most recently, in the Hampton Court Stakes at Ascot over the mile and a quarter, 2 back, he won by 1 3/4 lengths, and I thought he ran a terrific race. After that, in the York Stakes at York, he ran horribly in July, where he just never was getting into it. But if he could run, a little faster than the Hampton Court, he could definitely win here. 15-1. He's your wise guy horse, but Desert Crown is your likeliest winner. But to recap my selection for the 4th, the 742 from Sandown, Scoop 3, Brigadier Gerald Stakes. Going to take the 4 horse Desert Crown. Give kudos to the 3 horse Claymore. 4-3-6 Tricast Trifecta. 4-3 in your multi-race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.